inside my nuts. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing a full-on 1-hour podcast.
I already want to kill myself.
Review.
Run it back.
Vaginal dragging.
This is awful. This is actually the worst. You could have gone. You went downhill too fast.
Look, I'm trying to get in deep, all right? I'm trying to get them engaged, entertained.
Is this where we're starting?
I guess so.
Okay,
Death Stranding coming out November 8th. We just got done watching a full
45 minutes, by the way. 48 minutes, by the way.
48 minutes. I'm glad you remembered that.
Yep.
48 minutes of trailers, cutscenes,
counting.
gameplay. Counting down the seconds. Honestly, looks really fucking cool. But
at what cost?
No one knows what's
at what cost.
So we're going to try and break down a little bit of what we think is going on. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of the explaining, though, and theory crafting here.
Yeah, because I literally just watched it.
I mean, you got the main gist, didn't you?
Did I? There's babies.
Babies.
There's babies. That may be somewhere.
I think this is going to be great, though, because this will be a nice counterbalance, because you have, like, an outside perspective of just now seeing the game.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck in the 18th universe that is theory crafting.
That's fair.
Because literally I have spent probably weeks looking over what other people think of this game and what they think is going on. And I think I've pulled out a couple of interesting points that other people aren't making.
You know, ironically, I did the same thing for Borderlands. You wouldn't know because I didn't do anything for the actual video.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, dude. I know literally everything about that game.
We spent so much time on that shit because we couldn't figure out what to say, and you knew everything.
I knew literally everything. I know all the skill attributes from all 4 of the characters. I know the names of the pets.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, we're definitely remaking a podcast next week of Borderlands 3 because of this. Wait, doesn't Borderlands 3 come out next week?
Yes.
So
When's the 13th?
Wait, the 13th is in... What's today? The 9th?
The 7th.
It is.
Oh, yeah, next week. I have to pre-order it still.
I'd have to pick it up.
I know literally everything. I have yet to pre-order the game. I don't know which
just do the I think there's like a deluxe.
The $80 one?
Yeah, because I think that comes with all the DLC.
I can't remember if it's that. I think it's that one. I don't remember what there's like 3.
Well, yeah, there's the standard, there's the medium one that's like 90, and then
I don't know what the $100 one.
I think that comes with like
it was just like figurines.
Like, is it just a figurine?
I don't fucking care. Unless it's like all the DLC, then I don't care. The only thing I care about is the DLC.
We're getting kind of off track here.
Anyway, continue with your story of this game.
This game. Okay. Death Stranding starts post-apocalyptic North America.
Ironically, not the sequel to Castaway.
But what if it was? It's just Tom Hanks as the main
That's what I was hoping. But unfortunately, it was not to be. So go on. Where do we start?
I'm just gonna kind of break down a kind of general overview of at least
should we
the
start?
setting.
Should we start with the gameplay? Yeah, the gameplay and shit first.
Okay, you're Sam Porter Bridges. He's a literal delivery man. You're an actual mailman.
Yes,
a post-apocalyptic mailman.
This is true.
This is your dream.
Yes.
This is Kojima's vision.
Yes.
He said, "We're getting rid of Silent Hill PT. Scrap that. Fuck it. We don't need it. Demons, crazy tall ass demon possessed bitches. Don't
How
even.
come they stopped the Silent Hill?
Oh,
Wasn't it because he got fired for some bullshit?
yeah, because he was trying to. He wanted to do his own thing, like his own projects
Yeah.
with the game, and they were just like, no, we don't want you to
So
do
the only
anything.
reason why he couldn't just remake Silent Hill is because he doesn't have the licensing rights.
Yeah,
Damn son,
they own it, not him.
man.
So that's why he created his own company, so that way his own works, he doesn't have to fucking deal with that anymore.
And then he can just snort a line of crack.
That's effectively what this game feels like.
Yeah,
We're taking parts from a shooter, an explorer, an open world game, and a
And
horror,
Zelda.
and just slapped it pretty much,
Yeah.
because your dungeoning is like whenever you die. And you go to
It's
that
like
other realm.
Skyrim with guns.
Thanks, Tom Howard.
It's Todd, you fuck.
Todd?
Yeah, it's Todd Howard.
Oh,
Do you call him
Todd.
Tom?
Tom Howard, yeah.
There's no way to fucking treat God. God, I would smack you if you didn't know everything about the game.
What? Who?
You fuckface. Continue with the
Know
game.
everything about Todd?
No, this game. Obviously, you don't know everything about Todd. You got his name wrong.
Thomas Howard. Okay, so post-apocalyptic North America.
For anyone listening, what Jacob just drank was pure heroin. That's gonna come up on the fucking. I was watching the
actual
bar.
audio.
Yeah, so the second you took a sip, it would just like went into like the yellow. I was like, that's gonna pick up real nice, so I had to address that.
Hell yeah.
All right, continue on with your theories.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of give a general overlay first of what's actually going on.
This podcast is already shit. Anyway, continue.
Fuck you. So, post-apocalyptic North America, something is terribly wrong because it's not just post-apocalyptic North America. I hate saying that 90 times.
Maybe you should just say
End of the world shit.
yes.
Okay. There's a lot of topsy-turvy shit going on. The rain speeds up time. Whatever it touches, it ages instantly. Demons. Can't overlook the invisible demons that for some reason walk on their hands, or they're doing constant handstands, which I prefer to picture it that way, that they're all just like,
Yeah, because I mean, even if they're crawling, there would still be some form of like footprint or whatever.
yeah, for like
no,
the
they're
rest of
just
their,
handstands.
They're just
That's
hands.
actually the only explanation for
Unless
it.
their feet are hands, like they literally just have legs and it's just hands.
There are two explanations for it.
They're like frogs.
Surprise! A post-apocalyptic pop.
See, end of the world shit.
In an end of the world shit scenario, it's frogs that take everything over. It's not the cockroaches.
Did you see that fucking? Did you? Whenever you were watching, did you get to see the actual monster? The one in the picture that I sent you, the giant one that was pulling everything.
Yeah,
his face is actually hands.
Bill
If
with
you
the
look
frog. So yeah, a giant. I don't like. Where would his hand go? If he just set that down, that would like level an entire city.
I mean, technically, he fucking killed Sam right there. Because remember, is after that explosion happened,
It's true.
he woke up.
He
in
snapped
the
his
other realm.
finger hands. His Thanos'd him.
So we have this
Thanos cameo in Death
in
Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Yes.
Excuse
Nice.
you, Jesus Christ,
That-
Austin, can you hold it in?
I spoke the second you burped, so that way. You
No,
can't-
no. You're just that talented.
I'm actually a ventriloquist.
No, you can burp and speak at the same time.
You know how fucking disturbing that would be? I want you to just picture that.
This ethereal voice that you can have every time you burp.
Yeah. Like you're, it would be even creepier if like you made the burp motions with your mouth, but the voice came through instead of vice versa.
God.
Anyway, continue with the game that this podcast is about.
Yeah. No, this is fine. That's why I wanted to do a podcast.
Can we talk about dicks? Speaking of dicks, he doesn't have one.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well,
he can still urinate.
Yeah, he can piss in a stream.
Doesn't have a dick.
Dick
Where
not
is
confirmed.
That's the baby.
Carries around his dick in an incubator.
Yeah. Police.
Damn.
Confused sirens.
So, end of the world shit. Demons. Something happened. There was an explosion. They keep referencing explosions during the trailers. If you haven't watched all the trailers, go watch all the trailers. He keeps referencing this same thing of he talks about an explosion that started the universe, so like the Big Bang. An explosion that sent the world spinning, meaning like the Earth started its orbit.
Yeah.
I don't know the scientific name for that. There is a name for it.
The Big Smack. Continue.
You're the real scientist here.
I'm here to keep your facts straight.
Okay, good. An explosion that started life. There's also a scientific name for that.
Big thwack.
Thwack. Okay. And then he said there's the next explosion.
The Big Bad.
Effectively, because he says that ends it.
Yep.
So
it's the Big Bad.
I'm only assuming that last explosion was these worlds getting intertwined, because in one of the well, for one, the demons are on a separate plane of existence that you can only see them when you die. There's some people who think that this is all like purgatory, and the reason why he can keep coming back to life is it's his own like purgatory, like hell landscape, and the baby is like his child.
That's what I think. The baby's his kid, and the mother is just brain dead in a hospital somewhere.
But the reason why I don't think that's the case is because when Dead Man was talking to him, saying that there's like multiple mothers that are just away.
But is that the real dead mother? Dead man? His mother's dead. Because we saw the one who was in World War II / modern era. And then we saw the one with
we can just assume that he was in some form of Europe, like France or something.
Yeah. The only reason why I say that is because in the trailer, it looked like a older model tank, but the soldiers were wearing modern uniforms.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking that's because they, whenever he resurrected he had to have been in an area where there was older style people and regular people.
Well, yes, of course. But even again, I still think there's some sort of loop-de-land time travel involved here.
I don't think it's time travel. I think it's literally
we see in the trailer, Sam is fighting in trenches.
In trenches?
In trenches. He's fighting like Nazis.
What are you talking about?
That was in one of the trailers of the gameplay.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yes, it was. I can promise you.
What?
Yeah, all right, I'm going to turn the volume down.
Oh, yeah, just mute that. Nice. That is the wrong way. But the reason why I don't think it's time travel, I think it's just where the worlds are connecting and overlapping.
This is not the time for an ad. Anyway, continue.
Because remember, once again, whenever Dead Man looked up in the sky, the rainbow was upside down, as if it was the world
smiling.
Effectively, yeah.
Continue. This is gonna take a bit.
Waiting for these trenches. So, you're a delivery boy. Um, it his name is Sam Porter Bridges, and the company that he works for is the Bridges Corporation. Um, and from the trailers, it looks like he has some form of connection with the president of the United States. So I'm guessing it's his mother. Um, see, no fucking trenches. You're high as shit.
No, this is difficult to see.
Difficult. What is that?
What the fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck?
You have fucked up, Austin.
I am sorry. I've created.
Yeah, I've seen these trailers 1,000 times. He is not fighting in any trenches ever. You dumb bitch.
I'm calling bullshit.
You're a dumb bitch. The only time it shows him actually fighting is whenever he's fighting out in the plains. And that was against the.
But he was shooting a gun.
He was shooting a gun?
Yes.
I think they show the one scene where he has his combat rifle out, if I'm not mistaken. Should be on that one. On the one where it's the live.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, continue talking about your theories while I try to find this stupid shit.
So I think the general consensus online and through other people's theories is that he's the son of the president, because that picture that he carries around is his wife, him, and then a lady who, from what it looks like, they're in the Oval Office, and it's so we can assume it's the president, but it wouldn't make any sense for him to be there with the president just for a random occasion, especially on two separate occasions where he's nope, not him fighting.
I can't remember if it was him or it was this guy. I'm pretty sure that's him. Those are World War II trenches, my guy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's time traveling.
No, I'm just saying. Some look, because this man podcast, by the way, this shit's spawning around him. So I'm saying there was either some sort of time travel bullshittery, or the main antagonist is just honestly too powerful to be dealt with at this point.
Okay, because from what we know, Cliff is the main antagonist. That dude who's controlling all this, he's going to be the main bad guy. And he has this strong connection with the other side that he can do this. He can resurrect people's bodies to help him or fade them into existence. I still don't know. I still don't understand how he did the whole helmet thing in the trailer where he throws up his fucking helmet and it just disintegrates.
Look, all I'm saying is that there are trenches. Story.
Fair. Okay, I'll give you that. There are trenches in the damn game.
Yep. Debunked your entire theory.
Now that you understand a basic outline, you're a post-apocalyptic mailman. You're the head, or at least someone very important related to the Bridges Corporation.
I don't think we brought that up a single time.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. I
Yeah,
was looking for trenches.
Yeah, you were looking for trenches.
Found, by the way. I can't stress enough how right I was about that.
Myth busted. Podcast ends.
Yeah, I'm fair. I'm fair. That's all right.
This is going. Anyways, so I'm assuming
yes,
Dead Man
Yes.
is the
Did we bring up who Deadman actually is?
Guillermo del Toro. He's the dude in the black suit, black gloves, combed over hair, has the beard. Apparently, Kojima states that he has the most lines in the entire game out of all the cast, even the main character. So, I saw online that some people think that's because he's going to be the voice that you hear talking to him over the comms. I think that is him and that dude in the black mask. There's Deadman and then there's Die Hard Man, I think his name is.
Yes.
Die Hard Man. So sorry, I get distracted because those new trailers about like the actual characters are really interesting because they shed light on a lot of the background. For some reason, somehow, Deadman has a way to communicate not only
Audibly.
audibly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not only audibly, but he can show up as a hologram. I'm guessing only in the like the save point areas where he can update his baby and everything and swap out his baby, which I'm guessing is going to be a feature considering how intricate this game is. Apparently, we see a scene of you sleeping. That's like actual gameplay. There's a scene of you pissing, actual gameplay. So
I will say though, as far as this game goes, the only thing that I'm really hoping is in the game. I doubt it is, but it would definitely put the game as like probably my at least top 5 if the baby grows in the incubator and you toss it out and put a new one in like a magazine.
It just pops out.
Yeah. So like the baby's like starts to speak.
Yeah.
And that's when it's time you just like open it up and just like toss it out and put a new one in.
Pull it out of your back.
Yeah, and you just toss the baby to like the ethereal plane.
Yikes.
Speaking of ethereal plane, there's ethereal babies.
Oh yeah, there's well,
a ethereal baby.
I don't know if it's just one.
It's true because in the opening
in the opening there's the one that he's holding. So I'm guessing. So hear me out on this. It's either the baby that crossed over or it's him that crossed over to the other world.
Fair.
Because so far they haven't shown a way for the babies to cross over. They've shown a way for the people to cross over. But then again, that goes back to the point that I made earlier of there's the giant monsters that follow you around that look like they have like the giant handprints on the ground whenever they're walking. And then there are the ones that are floating with the umbilical cord.
Yes.
I'm really thinking that those are other players. Like actual other, because Kojima did state that this entire game is going to be open world multiplayer online. Like there's going to be tons of people playing at the same time.
What if those beings that still have the umbilical cords, what if
Go on.
they're the babies but they grew up?
I don't know.
Now they're shadow demon monsters. As all babies turn into.
Jesus Christ.
Because if you think about it,
they just immediately sprout legs after being.
I'm sorry. How would you react to an ejected baby being not disassembled, but
disassembled,
but
Jesus Christ,
eviscerated from this material plane? Would you be surprised if it came back as a shadow demon? I wouldn't.
Okay, the issue with that is the
it's looking for milk.
Oh my god. No, the fucking characters, they look like they have the little baby incubators on them.
Yes. I'm talking about, are they failed experiments?
The babies or the people?
The people look, the babies were the first experiment, right? They died, or they went to the other world. They became adults. They were nursed by the teat of the big one.
The teat.
The teat.
I don't know how. I mean, so in terms of the experiment, I think
It's the big bad guy.
now here's where I'm just gonna kind of start spitballing ideas, and
That's all I've been doing.
I think Deadman is
Gay.
Sam's father, and it might be a far stretch because of the way that he interacts with him.
I think Cliff is his father.
I think Cliff is the
Dead
girl's
man's
father. The girl, the fragile
Cliff
girl.
is Dead Man's father.
That isn't what.
Also
How does
known
that?
as Sam's grandfather.
So he's his.
I'm sorry, he resurrects the dead. You want to question me about anything else?
I mean, yeah, he's seen talking to the baby on separate occasions.
Yes.
I'm guessing that was the first baby 2 times in a row. So, theory here.
Is Dead Man alive? Or was he a hologram?
I think Deadman and Cliff were working together
Are they dead?
to do an experiment.
On Sam.
Yes. That experiment went wrong. Broke the semen reality for some reason.
You said semen.
Jesus Christ.
Comes back to the cock.
Deadman wanted to take this one way.
I have derailed you.
I can't follow up what you said with.
Because now you're thinking, if I can urinate in the game, can I jerk off?
I was just gonna say fuck, but
Oh. Well, what are you supposed to fuck in the wilderness?
I mean that girl comes around quite a bit. I don't know.
I'm glad you went there because my mind went straight to that incubator.
Oh my god.
Is that how the monsters are created?
That's how the baby's kept alive. Nice intake of protein.
The realization of what this has turned into hit me all at once like a goddamn freight train.
Oh my god.
I think I need to turn myself in. Just for saying that.
Let's get back on track with
I understand now why it's a horror game.
the.
Is it actually a horror game?
Yeah, it's gonna be an open world horror game, first of its kind.
Fair.
Yeah, the only other open world horror games that have ever really existed were those zombie ones, but they weren't really horror after like the first 10 minutes. You kind of just zombies. It's fucking zombies.
I don't know any. What zombie games?
Dead by Daylight. The one where you're that motorcycle dude that just came out.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
But this one's gonna be like a legit, like full on horror game.
I'm more impressed at what you can do with the ladder.
Oh yeah, no, that's they're making the exploration part really in depth. You had that ladder that you had to set up at different angles. You have to pick it back up if I'm not mistaken.
I hope not.
He has that little that pole. I don't know how that's gonna fucking work. Do you set down the pole and just net? You don't have any more of them. The one where he rappels down the side of the cliff, or do you have to go back up to get it?
It's gonna be a goddamn nightmare.
Then again, technology does seem to be pretty fucking advanced. That you know, you have a guy who can.
What if a baby goes and grabs it? Can you? Okay. Another question that may or may not be unethical. Can you use the baby as a grappling hook?
I mean, considering ethics seems to be out of the window,
which I'm fine with. I'm actually okay with that.
because Deadman does say that, after a year, we just kind of get rid of the baby and get a new one.
And where does the baby go? To the other world.
Probably.
And becomes one of those giant monsters.
By the way,
They're literally funneling.
Are we ever going to discuss the spider monster that we saw?
No. No, we're not. You talking about the one where he's in the water looking up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's like at the top of the water and comes and eats that dude that was floating up.
Does it eat the dude?
Yeah.
I thought it just flew on by.
No. There is someone who was floating up and it just kind of crawls up and just snatches him up. Oh yeah, right here. Yoink.
Let's see. Dude. Oh, that guy?
Watch him. Watch him.
Oh, okay.
Floats over through the surface and he's gone.
Wow, they really did it.
Yeah. What even is that thing? Describe it in 10 words or less.
Just a second. Let me get a good view of it, and then I can probably draw you a vivid picture of what this thing is.
Paint the audience a picture here.
Okay, so clearly around here we have what is known as a goddamn nightmare.
Because I just realized that the front part, like where he's crawling and sliding,
Yeah,
those are hands at the end of those tentacles.
yeah.
It's almost like they're giant fucking arms that he's dragging around. That looks like a foot. Feel like the toes?
No,
I'm
that's
never gonna be able to unsee these.
It's just
These phalanges.
it's just a really fucked up squid.
Huh. But this is where all of the dead, even the dead animals are here, but they're like swimming around and shit.
So this is SeaWorld.
Effectively.
So what is this, like the in between?
I'm guessing this is the in between. I'm thinking that there's a world
Like
where
up there is where all the shit is that's the bad shit.
Yeah, that's the world that the monsters are from.
Yeah.
There is the world where the monsters are from. There's the actual Earth, like the normal plane of existence, and I think there's this little in between realm where you're trying to find your body. Interesting mechanic. Whenever you die, you have to search for your body, and it looks like it's going to be underwater. And you'll have to go find your body each time.
Okay, so that's cool. So I like how he's tethered.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing that's gonna be where you can see, like,
where your body is.
Yeah. You know where you have to go to get it back.
That's fair.
So,
what's the end game?
I think the end game is it keeps like Kojima keeps referencing bringing society back together, and
bullshit.
even the president states like we need to get America back together and recreate America, and he's like, America's not gonna do anything. America's shit. You're not the president of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
It's true.
He's not wrong. You demons don't care about your democratic republic. So, but it's really referencing, bringing society together with the other players. But of course,
they're all Sam.
Yeah.
There's no society. It's the society of Sam.
That's also why people think that it's purgatory, is because everyone's gonna be Sam. And he always comes back to life.
I still don't think it's purgatory. I think if anything, you can call this world this purgatory, like the in between.
You realize you're pointing up
the water world, Sea World. We'll call it Sea World.
Sea World.
The Sea World. I would say that's more purgatory than anything else.
So, what do you think? What do you think is the connection between Cliff, the other dude, The dude has a name. The dude with the golden mask. Because the dude with the golden mask, he makes the same hand gesture as Cliff, but we know he's not Cliff. And he also has weird powers like Cliff. But Cliff can summon like people who are dead. Like he has a connection in the sense that he can get the dead back to life, at least in some form of animated sense. It doesn't look like they have full conscious awareness, like that they can do what they want. Like he kind of tells them what to do.
That we know of.
That we know of. Could be wrong.
I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they follow whatever he does.
Because they're all tethered to him whenever they appear.
Yeah.
Through the little cables.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't act on their own when there isn't like an order being given.
Right.
Which is
also
terrifying.
No, the guy, only Sam can see the other dude, from what we can tell. But they do have that other scene where, do you remember where the girl is getting, like, there's a guy pointing a gun in her face?
Yeah.
And he's standing in the background where they introduce the homo demons. Also note, greatest name for a terror organization. Homo demons.
Why is that, Jacob? I'm not going to humor you with that.
Anyways, I don't know if the homo demons can see.
I'm not calling them that.
The demons. Well
the gay devils.
I'm pretty down with that. So the gay devils, I don't know if they can see the other guy and what he's doing.
Like with them.
That's what I thought because he was in that scene, but
that'd be really fucking funny though. If he's their leader, they can't see him.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
They.
I wonder who all can see him. Obviously, Sam and the chick.
The chick, because the chick apparently has a higher doom level than he does. And
what's the doom level again? Explain that.
Okay.
For the people at home and me.
So the dooms is what they describe your level of connection to the other side.
Does that just mean how many times you've died?
No. So the higher the doom level is like almost like a psychic ability. So
your ability to sense the creatures and shit. I understand that, but how do you get higher doom level?
I think that's where the experimentation part comes in, and that's why we see the baby inside of Sam, and that's why he has that scar on him.
Where's the baby?
You've asked this 1,000 times. I can't give you an answer. It just goes into his mouth. No, I don't know.
No, I need you to give me an
I'm
answer.
guessing his stomach. There's a baby in his stomach.
But he has like a flat stomach. Flat baby. Babies are flat before they're born.
Flat earth, flat babies.
Pregnant women are just pussies.
Okay. So yeah, I think the baby is inside of him. I don't know where.
What if the baby is in purgatory?
What?
If the baby's in purgatory with him, with Sam, that would explain why it's not anywhere on him when he's outside of SeaWorld.
It wouldn't make any sense because then that means it's not connected to him.
Yeah, it is. It's connected to him in his body in purgatory.
But his body doesn't stay in purgatory.
There's a link.
It's only whenever he dies.
Yeah, but there's clearly a link.
Yeah, but once you find it, you're back to your normal self.
It's the baby. Oh, I'm sorry, the baby's just flat. That makes more sense. Fuck you.
All right, hear me out. How else would this? How else would you get abilities for the other side? Why would he have that scar on his belly?
What if the baby's ethereal?
They're literally called bridge babies, meaning they have been manufactured, or not manufactured, but
They could
essentially
be.
essentially homegrown by this corporation.
Yes. You saw how big they were. Where's the baby? I'm throwing out theories that make more sense than the baby's inside of Sam.
But it shows us time and time again that it is inside of him.
Yeah, that's just Kojima's bullshit.
You think it's just a metaphor?
Yes. The metaphor that we all
carry
our
a
inner
baby.
child.
That's our inner child?
Yes.
The baby rolling around.
Yes.
Okay. But I still think that no matter how you look at it, the baby is inside of him.
Metaphorically speaking.
I think that's how they get their abilities, like their doom level, because each ability is different. She can see them, but she can't resurrect like he can.
What if the baby that was actually showing Sam as a baby, but it swapped or transitioned to him being inside of his mother, who is now brain dead on a table, used as means for manufacturing babies.
But that would mean a ton of fucking time has passed. Because he's like 30 years old.
It's true.
He already has a wife and a daughter.
It is true. That other guy does have the ability to apparently break time.
He just resurrects the dead. He doesn't break time.
He brought a tank.
Yeah.
That's not resurrecting the dead.
I mean, it had organs all over it. Did you not see that?
Oh, I saw it.
There was like fucking.
How do you explain that?
Shit. I don't fucking know.
Tanks are alive?
Yeah. Why not? Oh, the planes had shit on them too.
Yeah, the baby's in purgatory. Deal with it. His mother's dead.
We still haven't started talking about the fucking upside down rainbow you keep glossing over.
I don't remember that.
We have the video right here. So, I think Cliff and Deadman were the progenitors of this post-apocalyptic world.
Well, I mean, yes.
Are we running it back?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you there.
Oh, cheeks.
That was not where
That part weirds me out though. The mama cutscene.
What about the dude who literally killed himself and brought himself back to
Oh
life?
yeah, well, he says he doesn't have a soul and he's just dead. So I don't know if that means he's connected to the other side and back here, because he literally.
He's gonna stay back on the trenches.
I'm guessing he goes to the other side at will. The Heartman or whatever his name is. Because he said every 21 minutes he does that, or he goes through another crossover.
Really inconvenient. That's why I think he's the package that you're carrying around.
You think he's the?
I mean, he's the only one that we've seen that would make sense.
Well, I think the one that you see whenever the guy with the golden mask shows up and creates the monster, that person he's carrying around then I think is Mama, the chick.
Yeah.
But that other time I could probably agree with you with the one where it's like the dude's just fully covered,
yes.
like veiled.
Yeah.
Not the one that was shaking on the ground, because I think the dude that was shaking on the ground was that dude that came down.
That's Cliff.
Not Cliff, the one with the golden mask.
Yeah,
What's
no,
his
I got
fucking
you.
name?
Dark Side.
The edgiest fucking name.
The guy from Dishonored. Corvo.
Not Cast. characters.
Orville Redenbacher.
He would.
John Wick.
Damn it. Well, I'm not looking for if Death Stranding's canceled. Who is this guy?
Meatloaf.
Meat lovers.
I could have swore it started with an A.
Awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're carrying around super important materials, and I think that's why.
I'm just saying the reasoning why I think that the whatever is it?
I think it's
Hartman. I think the reason why him being the one of the guys that you carry around is because that'd be the most unfortunate escort mission I think possible. Every 21 minutes because he goes in between worlds.
Well, yeah.
So would his body stay or would it disappear?
Well, it has to stay because
okay. So then if he's walking with you, yeah. Table. So if he's walking with you, every 21 minutes he just like face plants into the ground, and you have to pick him up and drag him.
Well, I'm guessing.
For I'm assuming another 21 minutes.
I'm guessing that's why you carry him around.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
But that also makes sense as to why he was fully covered and didn't just have like the hood on like the girl.
Yeah.
Did, because if he's dead, he doesn't really need to breathe or anything. Yeah. So.
But he has to hold his breath for 21 minutes.
He does. Well, I'm guessing
he probably has air holes.
Yeah, he probably just takes it.
Yeah,
like
he can probably
covers it. I think this is gonna be. It's either gonna be kind of boring of a game, or it's gonna be a groundbreaking game that is like game changing. I
honestly don't think it's gonna be boring. I think it's gonna be.
Because my only thing is. How are people going to receive the idea of an open world game where your main aspect of gameplay is just moving from place to place?
The question is the frequency of the monsters and the people that drive around.
From what it looks like, there was only like 2 scenes that you weren't dealing with people.
Well, yeah, so I don't think it's going to be boring in that aspect. I think it will be a tedious game.
Trenches.
This is I don't care what you say. This is a World War II setting. I understand he reanimates people, but you cannot. Does he reanimate the world?
I see what you're saying. That this layout doesn't exist on Earth as we know it now. That's what you're saying. That setting with the sandbags, the trenches, and everything.
Yes.
That's all been done away with.
Yes.
Over time by governments and whatnot. I can see that, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Because there may be towns in Europe that are still old.
Is this Earth?
I don't know. Because we don't have any concept of if it is or not. We don't see any of the demon monsters here.
Besides the reanimated people.
Well, yeah, the reanimated people, but that's from Cliff.
Well, yeah.
We don't see any of the... And even when Deadman was here with the baby, there wasn't any of the big actual demon monsters. And that was like the big signal that you were on Earth was the big demon monsters were invisible. There's nothing invisible here. At least unless we missed something. This is just straight... And plus, on here, he just kind of comes out of the black water, and these guys keep fading in and out.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like a time, like, riff.
But they also say those who struggled to stay connected, and then... Oh, yeah. I'm kind of freaked out about this. I'm sorry, the people who are viewing at home. I'm freaked out about the whole, he meets this lady on the beach, and I'm fairly positive that's either his wife or his daughter. I'm thinking it's his wife, and I'm fairly positive his wife is dead. 100% dead. Dead as dicks. Oh, another thing. Oh, and that was the theory that I was talking about with Keelan. Go rewind it just a little bit. Rewind it. I actually think. Okay, full theory. Pause. Right on Dead Man. Pause on Dead Man.
Fuck you.
Full theory here. Full theory.
Yes.
This is a theory I came up with Keelan. Cliff and Deadman were working together on a huge experiment to reach the spiritual realm. Deadman was essentially the patient zero. Hit play. Pause. Look at that.
The scar on his face.
Yeah, he has literally a scar all the way across his forehead, as if his head was opened up and was experimented on. Do you think that's how the original Doom level started? Like with him being able to see into the other side?
Maybe.
And
I'm gonna fast forward a bit. I want to see, because this is undoubtedly like a hologram.
yeah, it's a hologram. We only see one physical version of
Okay.
him, and that's at the whenever he's with Cliff again at the other world or the World War II era looking place that we see.
Because I'm trying to see if the hologram has a scar. I think it does.
I don't see it.
How to get it to where that you can see him from? I'm fairly positive, like an exact
Replica?
I think so.
I don't see a scar on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, it could very well be, or
Because once again, he's dressed super nice. He seems to know everything there is to know about all the technologies of the Bridges Corporation. He's wearing a Bridges Corp badge, and he knows Sam insanely well, I'm guessing.
well, yes,
So I can only assume
he was employee of the month.
effectively, yeah.
The one thing I don't know is Deadman
Actually alive?
yes, and is he the main scientist or is he the like businessman of the, or like both?
No, I think he's the
Brains behind the whole thing.
well, yeah, because I think like I said, I think he's Sam's father, and I think he's the head of the entire Bridges Corporation. Leading me to my other theory that I was talking about before, that Cliff is the mother or the father. He's the father of the fragile chick that we see, the chick who has the umbrella, who eats the weird caterpillar and can see them, like has a higher doom level than Sam. I think Cliff was the head of the Fragile Corp whenever all this started.
Okay.
Because we don't see anything of Fragile Corp at all.
So these are they're like rival companies essentially.
Effectively. And
Okay.
I think they came together on this project and things went wrong. This post-apocalyptic world happened, and because
and the Bridge Corporation is trying to stop it, whereas the Fragile Corporation is essentially trying to adapt
to it. Because do you remember the part whenever she first started talking to him and was like, "Hey, do you want to come work for me now instead?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I just make deliveries.
Yeah.
I can't help you with that."
So I wonder what she does.
Well, considering she can see the damn things, I'm fairly positive she got in trouble with the
Mask Boy.
The Mask Boy and the gay demon lovers.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm guessing she is kind of like a frontline type of person where she is actually going out to try and get things set up illegally. I'm guessing.
Maybe. I mean, what is law?
True.
I mean, is
and Do you have any theories whatsoever on what those 5 beings are that we
The
see?
the invisible slash visible things.
Well, yeah, because we can see them on one plane and not on the
I
other.
I think they're just the um. I wonder if there's like those beings. Okay, another question. Do you think the random shadow monsters that you see that are like tied to the umbilical cord?
Mm.
Because that's what essentially those 5 beings were. Because you could see the umbilical cord on them.
Could you?
Yeah.
I didn't see an umbilical
Well, you
cord
could
on.
see some cord-like thing going, stretching down and up.
From them.
Yeah, fairly positive. If not, then I'm just insane, which is also a very high.
Probably.
Yeah,
The dog.
I don't.
What is
understand.
this? Okay, we see them here.
No.
No umbilical cord. But there is.
All right,
This...
so hear me out. The shadow monsters that have the umbilical cord.
Mhm.
Do you think they have any form of intellect?
They don't seem like they do. Like they don't seem like they're given intellect in the actual game.
Because because you see all the whales and shit. They have the umbilical cords and they're heading out to the sea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if this signifies that. Do you think?
I think what we're looking
there's-
at this setting right here, and
Yeah.
note to everyone listening, this is we're looking at the very first.
Well, probably in the.
This is the first
trailer.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the very first trailer of Death Stranding, you see Sam wake up on a beach with the baby. The baby disappears and starts and crawls away. He looks up into the sky. Everything's dead that's on the beach is dead. There's umbilical cords running into the water, which I'm guessing this is the other world where the monsters actually come from.
That's what that's what I'm saying, because they're visible.
Yeah, these people, the 5 beings that you see in every single trailer, they're visible. Plus, if the cords are leading down into the water. Oh, fast forward to whenever he's in the actual water realm. I want to see if the creatures have cords running to them, because then that would mean
there's not.
There's not.
There's not. The only cords are the tether that's connecting Sam.
Oh, okay.
However, so as far as these beings are concerned, I can think, I think of 2 different things. For one, I think they're.
I think they're like.
I think they're
gods of this other world.
Yes and no. I think. So, like I said, they look almost identical to the creatures that have the umbilical cords. Only these guys don't.
Like they're
so
just beyond that.
I think these are those creatures that have gained intellect, or they're people that are like the mask guy, meaning the mask guy isn't just by himself. So yes, essentially the gods of that world, where they can walk between freely.
Speaking of gods, and speaking of these 5, I saw this dude who made a video on theory that he said that Kojima had this weird obsession, like he always brought in Egyptian mythology. They said that, like, the mask, how it's like an Egyptian style creature, the animal that the dude summons from the ground. This dude brought up a theory saying that those 5 are these 5 Egyptian gods represented into the actual game.
Could be.
It very well could be, but
I don't see that fitting with the story.
I just don't see how that would fit with Cliff and the dude with the mask. Because if Cliff and the dude with the mask have the powers that they do, that would mean that both of them were 2 of the characters that were floating in the sky, which I don't think
Yeah.
that's true.
Another question in the Sea World and when you first get in there,
Mhm.
you see the tether?
Yeah,
That's tethered to Sam, right?
yeah.
So then, who's this other tether to?
There,
The other
that was
people?
yeah. This was where people kind of figured out that it was going to be everybody playing at the same time because yes, that is multiple tethers, and you see another one right there.
Yeah.
And it's we also think that a lot of these bodies are actually just Sam, and that whenever the body floats all the way up to the top, that's what happens whenever you don't make it to your body in time, that you actually lose. Um, yeah, I don't see any tethers to the actual whales or anything.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But yeah, so you're going to be playing with multiple people, and each person can go find their body. You'll see that.
And again, do you think there is going to be player killing, like PvP?
I think there'll be PvP in the sense of like while you're on the actual Earth. I don't know because the only scenes that we have so far of the other world where the demons actually come from is this water world scene where you see your body being tethered and you're looking up to this place where the monster actually exists. And we see that first scene where he's looking out into the ocean and he sees the five beings in the sky.
Yeah.
Um, those are the only two scenes that I think where we properly see this world where the beings come from. The only reason why I would think otherwise, that meaning like that it's not the world where those beings come from, is because we don't see the other giant monsters whenever he goes there.
It's true. I will say though, this game definitely has the one thing that I actually like, which is an explanation for respawns. I hate that in
Other games, there's no explanation to it.
Yeah.
People just reappear.
yeah, especially like Call of Duty and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Because like
People just come back.
in the I don't know if you ever played was like I think it was either the original Bad Company or just straight up like Battlefield 2.
I never played the original.
You never
Battlefields.
okay, so whenever you died, your character died
Mhm.
and you respawn as a completely different person.
Oh, okay. So it was just like,
And you have like you have a set
you
have a set number of lives before you just ultimately fail.
Oh, okay.
So that was one explanation, but here you have an actual
Yeah,
story plot
that deals with
respawns. Yes.
So yeah, but
How
as far as I mean, figuring out a for sure reason as to what this game fully entails, because you can get a general idea of it being a post-apocalyptic world that somehow intermixed or intermingled with this supernatural plane of existence. But all of the nitty-gritty details on who these people are, where they come from, Kojima stated directly that these trailers do tell you all the information you need to know to figure it out, but he said most likely people aren't going to figure it out.
fair? The okay, another question for you. Also dealing with the respawns. How do you think dying will impact your progress? Because I don't know if they have a checkpoint system.
Well, that okay, so
Because whenever you die, there's an explosion.
the void out, yeah.
Yes. So if you die and you're carrying the cargo and shit, is it gonna have to like you have to load the last save or
No, I think either it'll be like a big dick move by Kojima and you will lose the items that you have, or you'll just straight up respawn, but the area around you will be impacted, but not the stuff that you were carrying.
again, if you're like if you're at a delivery point and you die,
yeah,
is that like a safe zone? Nothing really explodes, or
I don't think so. I think from what he's shown, he is not beyond destroying anything that's around you, because see, like the car and shit that's just floating around in the water.
Yeah.
I think he's not beyond the idea of making permanent adjustments. But that also being said, if there were permanent adjustments like that, that means other people could effectively screw you over.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing that I'm kind of looking forward to, and also kind of not, especially if you lose all your equipment.
You'd have to find new equipment and shit, or you'd have to get to another safe house location and get more.
Yeah, because yeah, especially if you lose all your equipment and then you have to make the trek to, because if you lose all your equipment, you lost your delivery.
Yeah.
Which means you now have to go back to your safe house or wherever to get more weapons. And in the meantime, having to fight off um, these random people that come in on trucks and the monsters.
Well, I don't
so
think
so
I
this
don't think
game.
there's any way to combat the monsters right now.
Well, I'm just saying you have to deal with them.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have to avoid them, deal with the people who are showing up with boomsticks to try and shock you.
So again, whether you lose all your equipment, meaning you lose your ability to track the monsters,
That'd be pretty fun.
um,
But then again, whenever he respawns the second time, not like the first time when he's on the beach, when he respawns the second time and there's the giant crater, he has the baby, he has his full suit on, like the white suit, and he
has a little robot arm on the back.
yeah.
Okay. So
was yeah. See, look.
I
from where it's at.
Yeah, you really should have. Yeah.
You find his body. Although, and also, I'm really curious: is this symbolism for the dream catchers?
Yeah, I don't understand.
And maybe they have something to do with warding off the monsters or something. Yeah, he has all of his equipment on him. I'm really confused about the worm part here, though. He vomits up the black liquid and the worms act as if they're swimming in the other place.
Yeah.
Through the air.
Another question. What's with the black liquid? What is that substance?
It only appears whenever the enemies appear.
I know, but like, what is it? Because clearly it's flammable.
Yeah. Also, look, see, in this scene, he has to be in the other world because there's all the tethers.
Well, yes. Well, no, this was a given that it was in the other world because you can see them.
And also, his baby isn't reacting to anything around him.
Yeah. I wonder how often you're going to be going in between worlds. I guess it depends on how many times you die.
Yeah. Imagine it's how many times you fuck up.
So, does that mean you can technically do a run through of the game without going there?
I bet there's gonna be like certain times in cutscenes where it's like forced. It's like out of your control.
Yeah, I imagine.
Also note, I have not been tracking this. I think we're actually getting close to an hour, if not already at it.
Okay.
But
final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I think the game is going to be fantastic, horrifying, and I don't think the complete backstory will unravel until after we at least either get more game footage or we play it ourselves. Because from what I can tell, that is the best guesses that I can come up with in terms of the two companies, the information provided, Sam's random connection to the President of the United States, which that makes me think that this post-apocalyptic world it happened recently. This isn't something that has been going on for a super long time.
No.
Because the picture that he has, he is standing with his wife, and his wife's pregnant, and he's standing with the president before the post-apocalyptic world happened. And in between the picture and where he is now, it doesn't seem like he's aged.
No.
That was another theory that I had, was that the baby that you see was his, and that's why people thought he was in purgatory. But
you mean the baby that's attached to him?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I actually think that.
Do you?
Yeah. Like I said, I think his wife
is one of the
is dead, but is still being used as a
I think they were used as like catalyst to keep the baby going.
Yeah, essentially. And that's why he was so adamant about trying to save it.
Like
trying to save the baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, so Dead Man, good or bad guy?
Oh, he's a good guy. Dead Man.
He is.
Yeah, he's even confirmed he's going to be the one mainly helping you throughout this story.
That doesn't mean he's good.
Does not, because I also think that, like I said before, that him and Cliff were the ones who started all of this.
Oh no, I think that they yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying I think Dead Man might be a bad guy.
You think?
I think so.
Is that an official call out?
I think so, because if Sam's wife is actually, again, alive, dead,
yeah,
does he know?
Does Sam know?
Yes.
I'm guessing he does. Because where would he think that his wife had gone?
Monsters, probably.
Just dead?
Yeah, I mean, that it's a apocalyptic world. Look, all I'm saying is I don't trust him.
Well,
I don't trust the guy.
There you have it, folks. That is our summary / theory of Death Stranding and what it. And we'll keep researching, and I'll bring it up next week if I find anything, or later on down the road.
Yeah.
But most likely next week we're going to be doing Borderlands 3.
Are we?
Well, too, why not?
Is that right? Wait, you already pre-ordered it?
No. Well, technically yes, but
when are you getting it, huh?
Probably when it comes out.
Fuck yeah, I did.
All right, well, we're gonna end it here. See you bitches later.
Goodbye.
Try not to get mind fucked too hard by watching these trailers.
Stay away from babies.
Yeah, definitely. Stay away from them.
Ooh.